these are my potatoes that I planted. This was just from, you know, just regular russet potatoes that I had bought that we didn't use them soon enough, and so they were sprouting the little eyes on them, and so then I cut them into pieces and let them harden on the ends where I cut, and then I planted like 4 or 5 of them in each of these. These are 20-gallon bags, and then what I did was I planted them down. Oh, they weren't quite halfway up, and then I covered them, and then as the plants come up, then you just keep mounding dirt on top of them. And I've mounded these already twice, I want to say, and you can see they're just still popping up. And potatoes are still an experiment for me, because I did some last year. I didn't get a huge crop, but I got about 10 potatoes, which was a win for me because I'd never done it. And I'm hoping I'll have more this year. And I do have more of these bags, but I would need to get more dirt because this is my last bag of the dirt. So I'm gonna mound dirt over these, and you just completely cover it so that you can't even see the plants anymore. And then within a few days, it'll start popping up again. And the idea is, as it comes up, potatoes are growing off to the sides as it gets taller and taller. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and mound some more dirt on top of these. So this is what it looks like now that I put more, and I didn't do a very good job on this one, and this will probably be, I might can mound them one more time, but I'm not gonna be able to do a lot of it. And then what you do is you just let them keep growing, and then when you see flowers on the plants, that is when there's potatoes. And then you just pull the whole thing up. I've seen people that have put them in trash cans that they cut the bottom out of, and then they just pull the trash can up, and then the dirt all falls away, and then you see potatoes. But me, I'll just have to kind of dig it out from these bags. But anyway, maybe I'll get some. We'll see. These were my new blueberry plants, bushes that I got. You can see there's a few little blueberries on those already. This is my blackberry. I have got to get out here and pull up all this grass around this, but look, there's my blackberries. See all of my blackberries. This one really is a producer for sure. I had planted 2 of them. I had one there, and it died off. I don't know if the freeze got it or if it just didn't like that spot. So I planted another one this year. You know, this was it. It's just one of those that comes in the bag, and it's just the stick. So we'll see if that one takes off. My honeysuckle is coming back, it looks like. Yay, I'm gonna come over here and kind of pull this out, let my honeysuckle take off. This is my project. I gotta clean all this mess out. I'm gonna try to do that this weekend or next. What a mess. I really need a shed out here, to tell you the truth, but that's for another day. And then I already picked, I had 3 strawberries this morning, and I already picked them. But here's one of my strawberry plants. You can see there's some, that's gonna be some little strawberries there. Here's one. There, you can see. I got one that was pretty big this morning off of there. And then, yeah, it was off of this one. See, look at those that are yellow, and there's a little red one. And then look at this. I'll show you. See that little red thing? That's a strawberry. These apparently last during the fall or winter, I guess, because I had some of these in planters last year, and I guess the seeds fell out in here. And look at that little wild strawberries there. Here are my sunflowers that I planted last weekend. So in 1 week, not even 7 days, because I planted these on Sunday and it's Saturday. Look, they're coming up. See all those little things? That's all little sunflowers. It's gonna be really pretty here. It's gonna be all along here. And then I'm planted these hostas. They're doing okay. And then look at all these tomatoes. And I've been pulling a lot of tomatoes off of here. The tomatoes I had on my breakfast today came from there. This one I'm gonna move. It's not getting enough sun. It's getting nothing. So I'm gonna move that plant and let it try to get a little bit more sun. Not sure where I'll move it yet, but it's just too shaded by the wisteria and the other tomato plants, so it's not doing too well. I mean, the plant's doing okay, but it's not producing anything. And then these are peppers, so those are starting to come up. So I'm getting some progress here. Hopefully it'll keep doing well in the spring. Because once the heat of summer comes, then I gotta battle that. Looks like this is gonna get some peppers. Can't remember. Oh, yeah, these are banana peppers. So looks like it might get a lot. So we'll see. There's Josie wanting to come out and play in the mud. You're not coming out right now, Peanut. You have to wait till it dries up. Oh, here's my strawberries that I got this morning. Aren't they cute? Well, good Saturday morning to you guys. It is a very cloudy day here in North Texas, but it does look a little bit like the clouds are starting to clear. It's supposed to clear up today, be about 87 degrees the last time I checked the weather, so we'll hope that's what happens. Right now I'm out here in my backyard and I've got the sprinklers going, and at the beginning of this video I thought I'd share a little bit of what I've been doing in my front flower beds. I don't usually show that in here, so last weekend I went and got some black mulch and a couple of more vibrant looking plants and put out there, and I think it looks pretty good. I am going to need about 2 more bags of that black mulch, so I'm going to go later today and get that. But I just wanted to jump on here and just kind of see how everybody's doing. Thank you for all of the sweet comments that you guys made on my video that I put up about my new job. I'm very excited about that, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna have a really good summer, and I'm really gonna miss the school I'm in right now because there's some wonderful people there, and my principal there, she, you know, took a chance on me when she hired me 4 years ago, and I've really appreciated that, and I'll be forever grateful to her. You know, I've been at the same school for 14 years, and sometimes it's hard to move, you know, when you've been someplace that long and you kind of set in your ways and stuff, but she took a chance on me, and I hope that I didn't let her down, and I think I know I've tried to do the best job I could do, and I've loved all the kids that have come through my room. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of bittersweet leaving, but I'm ready, and I'm excited about that. So this morning, I got up about 7, and just kind of been going around real slow. I made some coffee and some turkey bacon and an egg, and kind of sat down and read some scriptures and watched a couple of YouTube videos, and then took care of the rabbits. And Josie came out before I started running the sprinklers. She has to wait now before she can come out again for it to dry up, because she'll find every mud puddle there is. She likes to roll around and stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep her inside for a little while until it dries up out here. My hair's a mess, but it's very windy this morning. Of course, right now, as I'm saying that, it's very still. So, but believe me, it's windy. Anyway, just a little bit ago, when I was out front, when I first made that video, there was, I heard a siren, and then it just built up, and there were several really loud sirens. So I don't know if I live a few blocks away from a highway, and I'm just hoping there wasn't a major accident on that highway. So, I mean, I'll be praying for whoever was involved in whatever that was. but I've had a family member, actually 2 family members, and more than one friend that have had house fires where they lost everything. And so I certainly hope it wasn't something like that. And if it was a wreck, I'm hoping that nobody was seriously hurt. But anyway, I'm just kind of out here enjoying this morning and this nice breeze, and don't really have a lot to say right now. I did want to kind of give a word of encouragement after I posted that video about my job, and I was talking about in that video how sometimes we go through like valleys, rough times, and it just seems like one thing after another hits us and we can't get up from one thing before another one hits. And I've got a dear friend right now that's going through that, and I've been there, and it is not an easy walk. And so I just want to still encourage anybody that's out there that may be going through some different things, that hang on, because the Lord is good and He will eventually bring you through it, and you just gotta have faith. I know it's hard to do that at times, but I mean, sometimes that's just all we have. We can't do anything else, and I've been there, and right now I'm in a very good place right now, and I know there'll come a time when I'm maybe not again. And I'm real grateful for this beautiful morning that we have here today, and the safety that I have, and that I have a home to live in and dirt to play in. Which I say that, you know, but it's true. As an adult, this is my therapy. When I was a kid, I really did make mud pies in the backyard of my house and play in my dad's garden, and I literally never grew out of that. That's why I like to do all of this playing around in the dirt, and that's why I will never have fingernails. This is what my nails look like, but I gotta dig in the dirt, and I just have to feel it on my hands. I'm sorry, I'm just not a girly girl when it comes to that. Now, I can be a girly girl, but not when it comes to that. I like how the dirt smells. I know, like, and especially being a teacher, I don't know how many of y'all identify with this, but I love the smell of Play-Doh. A lot of people do. It's a strange thing, but I love the smell of Play-Doh. And that is what dirt is like to me. I love the smell of dirt. It just reminds me of my childhood. Even though I grew up in the city, cities were not the same as when you say city now. I grew up in Dallas, and it just was not this big metropolis that it is now. It felt like, it certainly didn't feel like, I guess, like a little, you know, East Texas town. I'm not saying that, but what suburbs feel like today is still way busier and a lot more people than what I grew up around in East Dallas. And, you know, the neighbors knew each other, and we rode our bicycles on the sidewalk, and we only went down the one block, and we would, you know, turn around in somebody's driveway, and everybody just kind of knew, you know, where we lived, and we were respectful to their property and things like that. And because we knew it would get back to our parents if we weren't. And my school was very small and things like that. So that's kind of hard to come by these days unless you live in a small town. And where I'm at now used to be a small town, but it's not really anymore. It's growing fast, fast. And the infrastructure isn't really keeping up with the growth, so the traffic is terrible. And so I do miss that. And that's when I was growing up, you know, I get sidetracked so easily, but when I was growing up, even though we lived right there in Dallas, in East Dallas, the backyard was like this little oasis, you know. It was big trees and lots of grass, and my dad had a garden, a vegetable garden, and we had pecan trees and stuff. And so it wasn't a big house at all. It was very small and really only had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, 5 kids. But it felt like growing up
you know, away from, it didn't feel like somebody growing up in New York City or something like that, which nothing against that, but I could never survive living in a overcrowded city environment like that. This is overcrowded enough for me. But anyway, that is why I like to, quote, play in the dirt now. I just had that growing up. Those smells to me, when I go to my grandmother's house, flowers everywhere, big old backyard, and lots of places for a kid to, you know, lose yourself, you know, pretend you're in a forest and stuff like that. And so that's kind of what I try to create here in my little piece, my little slice of heaven that I like to call it. So anyway, that's a lot of rambling for one morning, but I do hope you all have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend, and that these clouds do kind of dissipate. Because I was toying with, you know, putting the rest of that mulch down. I need to go get 2 more bags, and maybe tomorrow go into the Arboretum, which here in the Dallas area, we have a beautiful Arboretum, just breathtaking. And Fort Worth does too. I love Fort Worth's Japanese gardens and their botanical gardens. And I've even been to, in Pennsylvania, there's a gorgeous botanical gardens called Longwood Gardens. And if you ever get a chance to go there and you like plants, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like that. It's massive. And they have like the, what would you call it? The big shrubs that they trim to look like animals, like on Edward Scissorhands. They have that, and then they have very natural areas and gorgeous fountains, and it's something to see. And so I love stuff like that. So maybe today or tomorrow, I'll get myself to the Dallas Arboretum and kind of see what's going on there. I'm looking at these clouds and trying to decide over to that area. Let's see if you can see. It looks like it wants to clear up a little bit. You can kind of see those clouds are moving pretty quickly. And over here, not so much. Kind of dark and dreary looking, but look that way, which I think that's what's moving this direction. It's much brighter. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. My hair is such a mess, but honestly, it's Saturday. I don't have to be anywhere. So I know y'all won't judge me, or if you do, I'll never know, I guess. So have a great weekend, and I may throw another video on here today or tomorrow, but I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate y'all. All right, love y'all. Bye-bye.